Hello, everyone, all the students. This is Dr. Vineet Kumar Purohit from Mahavir Institute of Technology and Science, Jadan, Pali. We shall be discussing about a topic of English composition, article in a speech. This is very important chapter and the part of the English composition for the students of the 12th standard. And I must say, not only for the 12th standard, but for the higher standards also, and for all the educationists and academicians. Here, we shall be reading in today's session about article and speech separately. This also consists 7 marks in our board examinations. So I shall try over here to give my input, which may be helpful for you to score very good marks. We shall discuss about the types and the formats along with the samples of both article as well as the speech. So in the next slide, I hope I shall be explaining what the article is. We take the article first in the next slide. Here it is written that about the introduction of the article, that articles are essential to all fields of science, technology, humanities, and management, as they add to the existing knowledge and understanding of a particular topic or subject. Writing an article that can be published in a paper or presented in a seminar or conference is a challenging understanding. An article is an important form of communication, and it is essential to know how to write an article in order to be able to contribute to one's area of interest and specialization. Article writing skills help in achieving academic and occupational goals. Moreover, it will give a high degree of the professional satisfaction and help in career advancement. Okay, so this is about the article. The main purpose of the article is what? And first of all, like, how should we write? Okay, and what the article is? Articles basically, when we go through some books, some magazines, okay, particular story about a movie, okay, about any incident even, okay. So what is actually our concept for that particular incident or the story or the movie or the book? What actually we think, we need to give the analytical approach, okay, of the person according to our own thinking. That is basically the article is basically the expression and the presentation of our understanding, and it can be actually done for any field. This is what, like, I have written in this introductory definition, and it is applicable for every field. As soon as we grow up, okay, we move, even like the students of the 12th, they may also write down article, okay, if we are having that particular approach of writing, okay, so we can write down the article also expressing our thoughts, our psychology, our philosophy, okay, about any particular topic, okay. And it helps actually for the higher standards students, as well as the students also, as well as the teachers also, sorry, for their career advancement, okay, which can be prepared, which can be presented in seminars, in journals, in newspapers, in magazines, everywhere, okay. So we can actually throw our points to get connected with the people and entertain them, enhance their knowledge, okay. This is actually the basic about articles. Second, we shall be reading about here in the article, in this session, in this slide, that is about the characteristics. Like, what are the things that are supposed to be kept in mind? The essential features of a good composition are, what are these? While we are writing down the article, like the coherence basically deals with the continuation of the thoughts in the form of sentences. Like, what the sentences we are preparing, they must come one below the other in the same perception, okay. expressing any incident or event one below the other in a sequential flow. That is basically the coherence. Okay, because the sentences will make the paragraph, so that paragraph must be understandable. Second is the flow. Flow is also actually talking the same thing. It means that the sentences should be linked up. Okay, like unmatched or decentralized sentences are really not welcomable at any cost. So next is the relevance. Relevance basically dealing with the topic. Whatever the topic we have chosen up, the entire information and the sentences must be, regarding that particular topic. Order, that is basically the chronological order. Like the sentences, events, incidents must be placed in our article in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on pattern. That is the order. And inclusiveness, we are supposed to include only the relevant information. Irrelevant information must be omitted. Okay, so these are the characteristics which are supposed to be kept in mind. The next slide will discuss, we will discuss in the next slide about the types and the points which are to be kept in mind while preparing the article. So first I take the types of the articles. The types of the articles are of two: newspaper article and the magazine article. Okay, apart from that, the moment, like, when we move to the higher standards, over there we learn about uh, articles regarding conferences, seminars, and journals. Okay, a particular pattern is there, and that is supposed to be followed up. So it is of the two types. If somebody is actually thinking, okay, is very logical and rational, okay, is having these kinds of the potentiality to write down some information after seeing the surroundings, okay, when we write. So whatever we have written, that may be published either in the newspaper article or in the magazine article. So what are, see, like, there are some points which are supposed to be kept in mind. Like, we need to study the carefully the points given in the verbal input. Whatever actually the thoughts and the imaginations are coming in our mind, that must be actually written down, jotted down, and go through them to arrange. Okay, next is arrange the points. Like, whatever the points we have jotted down, we need to arrange them properly. Third is, you may have some new ideas or the views. Now, like, when the jottings are there in front of our eyes on the paper, we can include so many things also in that. Coordinate your ideas with the given points. Like, sequencing, the proper sequencing is very must. Point number fifth is, put your ideas under different main points. Like, we can divide our article in main points and sub points also. That is also allowed over here. Okay, which is what we are going to read in the next slides probably. Sixth point is about, now add some points to the main point. Seventh is, develop each point in a systematic and logical manner. Like, whatever the points we have jotted down, now we have to elaborate them, okay, systematically. Okay, we need to keep in mind that whatever the informations are being put, they must come one below the other. Substantiate, this word stands for giving the evidences. That is substantiate. Your arrangement, if you are writing on a debatable point, if the point is like, you are throwing your reflections, okay, which can be, in some other way, in some other actually imagination in the mind of other, like the person may have some other arguments. So for the argumentable topics are supposed to be written with some evidences. Okay, this is what the point is teaching us. Introduce the topic. Second last is introduce the topic, the main idea, main issue, first few sentences. In first few sentences, okay, the beginning must contain the topic. That the beginning sentences, the first sentences must contain the main topic. Okay, so that we can clarify to the reader what we people are going to write down about. Your article must end with your conclusion on the topic or issue. Okay, so certain and suitable conclusion should also be there. So these are the points which are supposed to be kept in mind. In the next slide, I will be able to show you the format, what the format should be there. And in that format, actually, we can see the example also. Probably in the next slide, I can help you out regarding that. Okay, so the next slide will contain, see, yeah, this is the format over here, format of an article. Okay, how the article should be there. See, on the page, on the top, the title should be there. Then the name of the writer in the bracket, that is also like very important, immediate after the title. Okay, and after that, the introduction should be there. Okay, we can put the heading also, and if we are not putting the heading, that even that it will be doing very good. Okay, no worries. Exposition like the description of the facts, and ultimately the conclusion should be there. Fine, in which like we can say that I talked about this thing, I think in this way. That is the conclusion, and that is only about that should be in 2 to 3 lines, something like that. So here I chose a wonderful actually topic for you. Okay, and that is the sample article. The question is, you are Varshini. This year, your school arranged a special cultural program on the theme service and sacrifice. Service like help others and sacrifice yourself. In commemoration stands for celebration of the International Year of the Volunteers. Write article about this cultural program for your school magazine in about 200 words. Okay, so 200 words are supposed to be there, like a maximum 200 words should be there. Otherwise, if it is in like 150 or 180, that is also going to do. Okay, no worries about that. So here we start. See, the topic is in the front on the top: service and the sacrifice. Sacrifice is like to leave, to quit what we have. By Varshini, it is the name of the writer in the bracket. So service before self, like service before self, like help others before helping yourself. Keeping the motto in the mind, ABC School, it's the name of the school, okay, imaginary name of the school. Vikas Puri organized a cultural program in commemoration of the International Year of the Volunteers. The program commenced, yani started, sorry, like it means started with a prayer service followed by a special presentation by the Scouts and the Guides cell of the school. The 1 hour dance drama, Service and Sacrifice, depicted beautifully how volunteers and cadets from the NCC deal with exigencies. Exigencies here stands for casualties, okay, the requirement of the time, the urgency, risking their own lives. Okay, risking their own lives, like uh, this basically article is about the depiction of a particular accident that actually took place. So how the depiction actually took place by the cadets of the scouts and the guides cell. Okay, the members, the school, the students basically, how they manage this particular accident. They forgot themselves but helped the others. Even the NCC also was there. Okay, so in a heart-wrenching situation, heart-wrenching, like very very much painful, a few people buried under the debris, the waste of the destroyed building, of a shattered, yeah, broken into pieces. Okay, building were rescued by the volunteers who, unmindful of their own wounds, unmindful, forgetting their own wounds, uh, that the when we fall or we have some cuts or something like that. Okay, the injuries, basically wounds and injuries, spread no efforts in saving their lives. Okay, so how actually they people managed, it was actually very much humanitarian act which was performed by these cadets. So this actually sample is explaining regarding that, and we took the two paragraphs also. So in this way we can handle, okay, and we can score good marks also. So thank you. Now in the next slide we can discuss about the speech also. Okay, it is the like this particular session. In this particular session we were about to discuss the two concepts here. One was article, another is the speech. So what the speech is, like the way we speak about somebody, when we praise somebody, okay, the people actually get defended, they become our friends. And when we speak in the foul language, or we are criticizing, at that moment we are making the people our enemies. So speech actually plays very important role. I would actually go through here and the definition, then the characteristics, the types. Okay, the main traits of the speaker also. Okay, what should be there in the persona of the speaker, and then the sample will also be there. So I start it with the definition first. The spoken words wields great power. Okay, are having great power. It can stir people to mutinies and rebellions. It can make them dispirited and downcast. Okay, the words have too much power. So we must be very much careful, okay, before using the words, because it can hu- hurt somebody. Okay, if we are not aware about the choice of our words, it can turn a hostile mob into a friendly gathering. But if we have, a good command, if we are well aware about the use of the vocabulary, the words for others, then your enemies may also turn your friends. It can turn a friendly gathering into a hostile mob. Okay, vice versa. But if the selection of the words are not okay, it is quite negative, then your friends may also become your enemies. It can build tension and it can relax tension. Sometimes, parents or the teacher, they speak in the way that the student actually starts shivering and is worried, full of anxiety. But some of the teachers and the parents, when they also behave in the manner, they use the vocabulary which is like very much soothing, so at that moment they can relax us. Okay, the words can make us full of tension and can relax us also. The key to the success of the many political leader, industrialist, businessman, salesman lies in this, in his capability of making an effective speech. Okay, so these are the certain actually the areas where the people use very good actually vocabulary, which is quite soothing to others and turn them to their friends. So characteristics of the good speech, like the what the good speech should have to have there, like it is clear. If it is clear, if it is an informal talk, if it is vivid and concrete, vivid, many, concrete, solid. If it is brief, like the choice of the words, we need to keep in mind that the small actual speech with the certain vocabulary can also fulfill our can also accomplish our target. Okay, so brief is like for small actually sentences, small communication. It is interesting, it is audience oriented. So these are actually the certain points which are supposed to be kept in mind. Okay, the clarity about the listener, their background, making it very attractive. Okay, so yes, in that way our speech can be very good. So in the next slide, I hope we shall come to know about the qualities of yes, the types and the profile of a good speaker and the planning to speak. So these are the 3 points which are really very important. We shall come to know about this. The types of speech are, it is of 6 types. One is the descriptive, like describing any particular on any particular topic. Okay. Second is narrative, when somebody else is telling about the past incident or event. Okay. Reflective, when the reader is actually throwing his or her mentality, perception, thinking. That is reflective speech. Expository, the speech in which we include the facts also. Okay. Second last is argumentative. In argumentative speech, what we do, we express the arguments. Okay. When we support or oppose any topic. And the last is proverb. The speeches are prepared for the proverbs also. Proverbs like that a friend in need is a friend indeed. So this is a proverb. Now when we start explaining about this particular proverb, that becomes the proverb type of the speech. Okay. So what should be there in the profile of a good speaker? A good speaker is always, it is supposed to be lively, interested, and enthusiastic. Okay, like full of energy and interested in the topic. Okay, it is earnest also, like it is capable to deliver the very good speech. A good speaker has the sense of responsibility. responsibility of the subject, of the listener, okay, of the other actually important points which are to be kept in mind. So it must be responsible also. These are this must be the profile of the good speaker. Now, like what is supposed to be done to plan the speak? Good speech appears to be spontaneous. Spontaneous stands for natural and effortless. Effortless, like we are not actually trying to make it quite fascinating. It comes from directly the heart. That is effortless, but it needs a lot of the planning and the labor. Preparation should always start well in advance, wherever we people are supposed to go. And when we get to know that we have to deliver a speech, our speech will be there. So we need to start preparing it already. Okay, research your topic thoroughly, like whatever the speech you people are supposed to, or we people are supposed to deliver, we need to go through about that topic. Okay, then we will have to prepare the speech in the parts. We need to manage the time also. Okay, the how much time is to be there, so accordingly we can add or delete the unimportant points. Look for some suitable quotations also. If it is like possible for us to use some quotations, that will also be doing very nice. We need to arrange our points also in a chronological manner. Tailor your speech. Like here, we need to cut the unimportant and insignificant, irrelevant things out of our speech to make it quite impactful for others. And make sure that your delivery is going to be good. It is always desirable to rehearse the speech. Okay, like we need to rehearse. We need to speak twice or thrice before going to the place. Okay, or before going to deliver our speech, okay, in a certain area or our destination. We need to rehearse it twice or thrice. Okay, so in the next actually slide, I hope with an example I will be able enough to to tell you something about the speech also. Okay, now like we are moving towards the end of this particular session, and with the help of this example of this speech, I hope the things will be quite clear. So a brief speech by the chairman of a company proposing the election of a company director. Okay, like how the chairman is actually speaking in front of all his company members, the director also, basically, fine, the directors. So the chairman actually would have, we are thinking that he would have undoubtedly managed and planned his speech and rehearsed also, and now it is coming to speak. It gives me great pleasure to propose the name of Sri MS Arora for the directorship of our firm. Okay, like it is uh, undoubtedly with the other actually members. Okay, is proposing the name of the director, the new director. Sri Arora, see, students, in this paragraph, this speaker, the chairman, is elaborating, okay, about the qualities and working style of the new proposed director. Okay, so Sri Arora is an eminent industrialist and is a great authority on business management. He is also an expert in labor law. Okay, besides, in the commercial world of the capital, he has earned a name for himself by virtue, the qualities of a particular person, of his integrity. Integrity is honesty and sincerity of purpose. Okay, he wants to say like he is very good person, and like his character is also very good. He's very knowledgeable, sincere. Okay, honest also. Time and again we have sought around us. Sought is like seeking. Okay, requesting around us who can match his understanding of human psychology and astuteness. Astuteness over here stands for uh, clever and cunning. So, like, he's very smart also. I feel that his association with us as one of the directors can be a great asset to our organization, and I am sure that there should be many here to readily second my proposal. Okay, like the chairman is actually not only describing the character of the director, okay, but he has used simple words, okay, limited actually sentences, and he has informed each and everything. So in this way, like, the director is also, praised and is impressed and is happy. And meanwhile, the other actually people, those who are standing up over there, the directors or the other company members, they also got to know about his personality. Okay. So he's asking that if you agree, I hope like the others can also support my proposal. Okay, so this is actually the way to deliver your speech. So, okay, students, we have discussed about the articles and speech as well. So I hope this particular session may be enriching and fruitful for you to score good marks and understand the topics in detail. Thank you really very much.